Man, it's so frustrating when this happens. So you walk into the gym, you're trying to grab one of the basketballs. So you start the usual routine that all hoopers go through. So first you go through the eye test. You grab it and you want to see, does it feel pretty decent? And you look at it, it's like, does it look pretty decent? And it has the grip test. And then you take it through the bounce to see if it got air in it. But every single one of the basketballs are just trash. They're either old and very slick, or they feel like they belong on an outdoor court. So you settle for the one that's the least trash out of all of them, and you start shooting around. But then about 15, 20 minutes later, see somebody else walking in the gym, and they got like the basketball. It's like the one that's just perfect, like the perfect grip, the perfect bounce. It still looks new, but it's not too new to where it's still slick and don't feel right, but it's not old like your basketball is. But then you see another person walk in, another good basketball. Then you see four more people walk in, and they, all right, you would get annoyed now. Like, okay, what's going on? Where are they getting these from? You feel like you missed some secret meaning about where the good basketballs are. Then you finally walk up to one of them, and you find out that the good basketballs were in a closet in the back the whole time. You just didn't know where to look, and you didn't know how to access them. And this is exactly how confidence works. It's not that you don't have access to your confidence. It's just you never learned where to look and you didn't find the real tools on how to build it. Most conversations around confidence only scratch the surface. And I'm surprised that you haven't heard these before. So today we're going to go a little bit deeper, and I got 5 hidden truths for you that most people never talk about. But once you understand them, you can completely change how you approach confidence in your game, your mindset, and in your life. So the first hidden truth is that confidence isn't just a destination that you arrive to, it's a journey that you go on. So most people think about having confidence. I'm confident as a trophy. You either have it or you don't. But that's just not how confidence works. Confidence isn't a final destination, it's a living and breathing thing. It's like a muscle. If you don't work it, you will lose it. You ever heard the saying that you don't use it, you lose it? It's kind of how confidence is. But you know what the good news is? That if you've lost confidence before, that means you can build it back. So you've built it before, you lost it, you can build it back again. It's not as simple as being confident or not confident. Confidence exists on like a scale. It ebbs and flows depending on your actions, your experience, and your mindset. But the key isn't to force confidence, it's to accept where you are, own up to it, and work on it from there. At its core, confidence is a survival mechanism. Your brain builds confidence to help you navigate through threats, challenges, and the unknown things that come at you in life. That's why when you're playing in a big game or you're stepping up to an unfamiliar situation, your brain searches for past experience for you to anchor on for your belief in yourself. Here's where most people usually get stuck. They think confidence is just about avoiding fear. In reality, real confidence isn't just about survival, it's about evolution. If you want to play college ball, it's not just about surviving, it's about actually competing. You have to build your confidence. Otherwise, you'll get eaten alive in a dog eat dog world in a shark infested waters called college basketball. The game will expose you. The moment that doubt creeps in, you hesitate. And next thing you know, you're riding the bench while someone else steps up and takes your place. So, how do you keep evolving? You change your self image. And the best way to do that is through action. You don't think your way into confidence, you don't wait for it to magically show up. You do the thing. You take the shot, you make the play, you put the work in. And with every rep, every challenge you face head on, you're not just surviving, now you become a better player that you were meant to be. The second hidden truth is that you can't fake confidence. We've all heard the phrase, fake it till you make it. But come on, man, let's be real. That's more of a catchy phrase than it really being practical. Pretending to be confident when you're really not can backfire because deep down, you know the truth. Your body just internally resists this facade that you're throwing up, and it leads to this internal conflict. So instead of faking confidence, focus on transforming your identity through deliberate and intentional actions. Being bold and courageous is more crucial to your confidence when you start building something new. Often we hold back thinking that we need to feel confident before we begin, but the reality is confidence is often followed by your action, not the other way around. So you feel confident after doing the thing rather than before you do the thing. So in my journey, for example, I wasn't bust out the seams of confidence when I started my training business or even this podcast. So even now, I wouldn't say I'm the most confident, but I had the boldness to start and take that first step and do it. Without that initial courage and boldness to do it, we wouldn't have this conversation today. You wouldn't be listening to me, whether you're on YouTube or any podcast platform. So while maintaining a positive outlook is beneficial and it's good for you to do, there's a fine line between being optimistic and basically lying to yourself and deceiving yourself. Ignoring your true feelings and pretending to be confident doesn't address the underlying issues that you have. Acknowledging where you stand allows you to work genuinely towards building very real and very concrete confidence. And affirmations, by itself, these aren't this magic bullet of boosting your confidence. Confidence really it stems from and it roots in your self trust and belief in your abilities, which it can't be this magical thing that you conjure up by repeating phrases in front of a mirror that you written down or got from somebody else to say. Instead, you really get real confidence and self trust. So instead of trying to just conjure up this magical confidence you have by saying these hollow or these meaningless affirmations or these powerless affirmations, focus on actionable statements. So, for instance, rather than saying, I'm a confident shooter, try saying, I'm a player who can figure things out. So, for me in challenging moments, I remind myself, I believe in my ability to figure things out because I've done this before. So, when I hit a tough time, I'm just telling myself, I believe in my ability to figure things out. So this approach aligns with the insight from the Harvard Business Publishing. So this publishing emphasized that authentic and real leadership starts with self-awareness and showing vulnerability. Leaders become more genuine when they understand their values and acknowledge their shortcomings, rather than masking and covering up them with this fake and false confidence. So I would love to hear your thoughts and perspective. So does this resonate with you? Do you feel like you have a different viewpoint on it? But comment below. Let me know what you think.
You ever stepped on the court and it's almost like you forget how to hoop? Like you were just killing it to practice before, but then the game time hits and warms you a little less confident, little not feeling as much. But then the game hits. It's almost like somebody took your controller and they unplugged it and it just turned it off. It's not working anymore. So now game time coming, you start pump faking on wide open shots, and on the fast break you're hesitating. And by the end of the game, the coach is like, "Who is this kid? Why are they on my team? How did they get on my team? I don't recognize this player anymore." It's almost like that Space Jam scene when the NBA players got their talent stolen by the aliens, and they start looking around like, "Where am I? What is going on with me?"
Come on, we're okay. We're okay. You're all right. Come on, let's go.
Come on, Patrick, it's showtime.
And I get it. I feel you. Confidence is a really tricky thing. It's weird. But I got some good news for you right here. You don't have to hope to feel confident every game because I made something special just for you. I have a pre-game and a post-game checklist for your confidence. All right. It's the things you can do before you step on the court to make sure that you feel confident and to bounce back after the game to make sure that you're always improving and building your game. So hit the link below and it'll be sent straight to you guys. And it's going to help you out so you don't feel like that 2K player that's just glitching in the middle of the game anymore.
And his name is John Cena.
All right, so it's going to have you get back to feeling like yourself and playing like you never have before. So go ahead and hit the description below and lock in with us and get your confidence rebuilt.
So hidden truth number 3 is faith versus fear. So faith and fear are two sides of the same coin. It's on the same line but going opposite directions. So at the core, at the center of what this is, both come from the same place. If you had to define it, I would say your belief in the outcome that you don't see yet. So the difference is that fear fuels you being hesitant and it fuels your hesitation. Faith fuels your actions. It's just like the story of the two wolves. So there was this young boy that came to his grandfather. It was this village that he had, and it's more of an older tribe. So young boy came to his grandfather's OG, and he was mad because someone did him wrong. He was like, "Man, look, granddad, man." So there's these two wolves inside of me, man, and one is full of anger and doubt and fear. Then the other one is full of courage, full of hope, and full of strength. And they're constantly battling and fighting each other. So the boy asked his grandfather, which wolf is going to win? So the grandfather looked at him, kind of smirked and said, it's the one that you feed. And this is exactly how faith and fear works. If you constantly focus on what could go wrong, you focus on your doubts and you focus on everything that's standing in your way, you're basically feeding into your fear. But if you put your energy into finding solutions, into thinking and finding what's possible, into taking action even when you're unsure, then you're feeding your faith. Think about two different players that are taking the game winning shot. There's one player who is playing more out of fear and playing fearful, trying not to mess up, thinking about what could go wrong if I miss, if I don't make the right play. But then you have player number two that is only focused on winning. They are focused on the plays that will get them that result. One is driven by faith, and the other is driven by fear. So the fire inside of all of us are the same. The fire will burn you alive, that is fear, and keep you stuck and keep you paralyzed. But faith, that's the fire that can fuel you. It can push you forward even when the path isn't clear. So the real question is, which one are you feeding? So think about it like this. If I asked you right now to say, hey, pause this video, pause this, or take a second to just look around and find as many blue things as you can. All right. So now close your eyes. Think about all the blue things that you had. But now think about something that's red. You're not going to see as many red things, right? So now open your eyes and try again. So now scan the room wherever you're at looking for things that are red. Okay. Close your eyes. Think about it again. It's a lot easier to find those red things now because you intentionally aware of it. And this is how faith and fear is. When you fueling your faith, you're looking for opportunities for faith to be active. You're looking for actions to take. If you're fueling your fear, then you're looking for excuses to be paralyzed and things that are holding you back. When I first started my business, I wasn't that confident. When I first started this podcast, I wasn't that confident. And I think that that's where most people get stuck. You're waiting for confidence before you can take that actions. And that's not how things work. Confidence does not come first. Faith does. So when I was calling the fork of the road, this faith versus fear, one side was the safe, predictable path that kind of been played out for me before, but the other one was unknown, it's pretty comfortable, and I had every reason to hesitate. I questioned myself constantly, and I still do. I have moments where I thought, man, maybe this ain't for me. Maybe this is the wrong path. Maybe I should take a different one. And in those moments, my confidence took a hit, hard hits. Like I thought I was down for the count. But every single time I had a choice to make. And so far, I've been choosing faith. Not because I felt so sure about myself, not because I even had proof that I would succeed, but because I just refused to let fear make the decision for me. And here's the crazy part for real. By choosing faith again and again, I built my confidence. So over time, by me choosing faith, my confidence was built over time as a result of this. So confidence did not show up first. It followed by me taking actions. I got better as a trainer. I've gotten better as a podcast. And with every rep of me doing this, showing up to record the podcast and showing up to train the players, my confidence caught up to my actions to what I did. So that's the truth that most people miss. Confidence is the result. It's not the requirement to start. You don't have to be confident to start. You need to have faith in yourself, take the actions, and confidence will follow. So if you're waiting to feel confident before you take action, you're playing the game totally backwards. It's like trying to win a championship before the season even starts. You have to go through the season and actually play things out. Then you have to earn a championship. So the only question that matters is, are you bold enough to choose faith? Hidden truth number 4 is nature versus nurture. I used to think about confidence that it was all about the environment, that everybody was born the same way, we were all equal, and that it was the upbringing that shaped how they saw themselves and saw the world, whether they would be more confident or less confident. I believe that confident people just had parents who put them in the right situations and gave them the right encouragement and environments for them to build that from day one. Because confidence isn't just something you're born with or without; it's a skill that can be developed, and it's just like shooting. So let's look at Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time, but he wasn't born a great shooter. He didn't just pop out the womb, just splashing threes and being the greatest shooter ever of all time. He was raised by a dad who understood what it took to become a great shooter. And for real, Dale was a great shooter himself, so he understood what it took to be one, and he nurtured Steph into being great. He taught him. I think it was in middle school. He broke down his form and taught him his form, gave him the footwork and taught him the work ethic. But most importantly, we gave Steph was confidence. Steph saw that it was possible to do this thing up close. He spent time in NBA locker rooms. He was around professionals who made the league, him being in the league, feel very real to him. By the time he stepped to the high school court, and he already been against NBA players and high level players and just bigger guys who were just that much more talented than him. So his reality was a little bit different. So his confidence was a little bit different too. And this is the power of nurture. And the best part of nurturing is that you can borrow confidence. You can put yourself and surround yourself with people who are confident and people who believe in you and let their belief and let their confidence rub off on you. So let's look at Roger Bannister, right? At the time, nobody thought running a mile under 4 minutes was possible until he did it. In the moment he broke the barrier, so many other people followed him. You know how crazy this was? It took 46 days after Roger Bannister broke for somebody else to break it. And within a year of him breaking it, 24 more people followed him simply because they saw him do it and believed it was doable now. The same way Curry believed it was possible for him to get to the league is because of what he was around. You can create your environment for your confidence. So think about it for you now. Right now, the environment that you're in is shaping what you believe is possible or not. If you're around people who don't push themselves, who settle for less, who don't chase growth and progress, then your confidence is going to reflect that as well. But if you put yourself in rooms where the standard is a little bit higher, where confidence is normal, where people see greatness as an expectation, your confidence is going to start to match their level of the people that you're around now. So if you don't feel confident right now, it's cool. That's fine. Confidence is a product and the end goal of the reps and exposure of what you put yourself into. So I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. Just a real quick question. What is the environment that you're putting yourself in? So before we get to the last point, have you heard any of these truths before? So comment below, let me know, but stay locked in for this final one. So hidden truth number 5, consistency is the cheat code to confidence. So I know you all want a little cheat code to how you can really get confidence. And the answer is consistency. So this works in 2 ways. So I see consistency being 2 different ways of how this works out for you. So one, consistency and effort. Is the more you work, the better you get. The better you get, the more confident you become. So consistency in the input of what you're doing and the effort that you're putting in. But also consistency matters with number 2 in the outcomes that you have. So confidence doesn't just come from getting this one lucky moment and this one shining moment that comes. It comes from stacking proof over and over and over again. So be confident comes as one, consistency in the input and effort that you have, but also having this effort not go to waste and get you these outcomes that you look for over and over again. So think about like your favorite music artist or your favorite TV show, your favorite YouTuber, whoever it is. Hopefully I'm up there in your list of people, but if not, it's all good, no worries. But think about them for a moment. You didn't just watch one episode and you just immediately became a diehard fan and you loved them. Nah, see, something caught your interest at first. But then you kept watching the videos, you kept listening to their music, and over time, they earned your trust because they were consistently able to deliver what you were expecting. And your confidence works the exact same way. It's built through repetition, not by just talking to yourself into believing something, but by proving to yourself over and over again. One time success is cool, but it can feel like a fluke. It feels like you're an imposter. Imposter syndrome kicks in. But when you're able to do it again and again and again, that's when you know it's real, and that's when confidence really grows and kicks in. So let's take it to basketball now. Go back to Steph Curry. When he first came into the league, people doubted him. Oh, he's too small. He's not athletic enough. He might not last. He's too small. And we worried about him, especially with the ankle injuries he had and the situation of the team he was coming into, where it was too many guards on the team, and they were worried about is it him or is it Monte Ellis? And it was a weird situation for him. So, but then he started hitting threes, and it was like, okay, the boy can play. Then he started hitting a lot of them. So one guy shooting like, that's cool. You know, it could be a fluke. But then a full season of it, not people taking notice. Then it's back-to-back MVPs. Then it's 4 rings. And then it's revolutionizing the game that we know. And now it's undeniable. Your confidence grows the exact same way. So one 30-point game, it might be luck. But now 3 30-point games, you can get a bucket now. That means you can real score. So you don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You want to build a classic resume, a track record that speaks for itself. Because real confidence isn't just a feeling, isn't just this hoping and wishing. It is the trust that you've built something through your consistent action. So confidence isn't something that you're lacking. It's something that you just haven't fully unlocked, and it's not hidden from you. Most people just don't know how to access it. Just like those good basketballs that we're hidden in the closet in the back, the real tools to build your confidence they've been there. You just weren't aware of it. Most people don't know where to find them, but now you do. Congratulations. So remember, these 5 hidden truths just aren't ideals. They're the foundation for real, lasting confidence in your game, but also your life. But knowing these things is just one step. So in the next episode, I sit down with Lucy Barrett. She's a high-level performance coach who works with some of the best athletes and hoopers in the game, including WNBA star Aaliyah Boston.
I think this idea of like, it's okay, like failure in the sense of you're still making progress because you're figuring out things that don't work and while also figuring out things that do. And I think that that is a large piece of like, you don't want to get things wrong. And I think especially at this stage, you want to have it figured out and it's okay that you don't, but just enjoying the process. Like I look back and I do think that like I for the most part enjoyed all the different, steps and stages of what got me where I am right now in terms of, being a college athlete and now being in this field and being able to work with college athletes. Um, but just enjoying the process of it and not every day is going to be the best day, but really like enjoying the grind.
So we're breaking down just how confidence is built in the weight room, how strength training sharpens our mind just as much as our body, and why so many players, especially the women, struggle to feel at home and feel confident and comfortable in the weight room. So trust me when I say this, you do not want to miss this one. So make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next episode. Appreciate you. Let's keep building this blueprint.